morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is Kara.
And Ephraim.
Bringing you your morning announcements.
On WDMS News.
Today is Thursday, February 16th, 2017, B-Day. Today in history. In 1923, archaeologists opened the tomb of King Tut. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the DMS Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I am safe, I am respectful, and I am responsible at Dundalk Middle School and in my community.
Please be seated. Today's quote is by Jesse Owens. He said, "The battle that counts aren't the ones for gold medals. The struggles within yourself, the invisible, inevitable battles inside all of us. That's where it's at."
Let's go to the newsroom to check on the weather and sports.
It was 27 degrees this morning. It will be cloudy today, and we should reach a high of 40 degrees. Here was the weather for the remainder of the week. Now for sports report. The Maryland Toast beat Northwestern Wildcats yesterday with a score of 74 to 64. The Washington Capitals had the week off. They are still in the lead for the National Hockey League by 7 points. Their next game is Saturday afternoon in Detroit against the Red Wings. Here is what is happening around the world.
I'm Zach Troy. Welcome to this week's Global Wrap. Over 190,000 people were told they could return to their Northern California homes on Tuesday. Officials had ordered a mandatory evacuation because of a massive structural failure of the dam at Lake Oroville.
This is a big deal. We're very concerned that we manage this properly to protect the public down below.
Last week, heavy rains eroded a large section of the dam's main spillway. On Sunday, officials grew concerned that the dam's emergency spillway might also give way. Crews worked to brace the dam before the arrival of a new storm system that is forecast to hit the region later in the week. The 770-foot-high Oroville Dam is the tallest in the nation. It plays a central role in California's water distribution system. Across the continent, 2 major back-to-back winter storms pounded Mid-Atlantic and New England states. The winter barrage of heavy snow and high winds impacted over 50 million people and disrupted over 3,000 airline flights. There was a major White House staff upheaval on Monday. Former Army General Michael Flynn, the president's national security advisor, resigned. He had served less than a month. General Flynn had a key foreign policy post, coordinating international news and policy options for the president. The Justice Department reported to the White House over 2 weeks ago that General Flynn had not told Vice President Pence the truth about a conversation he had with Russia's ambassador to the United States. President Trump focused on diplomacy this past week. He hosted Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, first at the White House and then over the weekend at the president's Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach, Florida. The two leaders' dinner was interrupted on Saturday night when an uninvited guest, North Korea, barged onto the agenda by launching a ballistic missile. The launch was seen as a threat by both leaders.
北朝鮮のミサイル発射は断じて容認できません。
The United States of America stands behind Japan, its great ally, 100%.
On Monday, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was in Washington for a day of meetings with President Trump. The two men met with top businesswomen to talk about policies that support women in the workplace. After the day of diplomacy, the two leaders met with reporters. Prime Minister Trudeau said it was not his place to enter into debates about Trump administration policies.
Canadians and Americans have stood together, worked together at home and around the world, but there have been times where we have differed in our approaches, and that's always been done firmly and respectfully.
The Trump administration suffered 2 legal setbacks last week. Federal judges ruled against plans to immediately implement the president's executive order barring immigration from 7 primarily Muslim countries. Traveling on Air Force One, the president told reporters the slow pace of the court system would not delay his immigration restrictions.
But we also have a lot of other options.
Over the weekend, Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents rounded up almost 700 undocumented immigrants in deportation raids. The arrests were met with protests in cities around the nation. On New Zealand's South Island, approximately 300 pilot whales died last week. They were trapped on shore by an oncoming low tide at a beach called Farewell Spit. Volunteers worked to keep the mammals safe until high water returned. Officials said the rescuers were able to safely get at least 100 of the stranded whales back to the sea. I'm Zach Troy. Check in next week for the latest global wrap.
The PBIS Hoot Cart will be open every Wednesday during the lunch shift. Bring your hoots to redeem them for cool Hoot merchandise. The Hoot Cart will open 7 minutes into lunch and close within the last 7 minutes of lunch.
Attention students, since the start of our school days craze attendance incentive began on January 18th, we have had over 360 students become eligible to participate. The grade level breakdown is as follows. Grade 6, 142 students, Grade 7, 110 students, and Grade 8 with 114 students. If you are a little bummed out because you have already missed a day, don't worry. We have extended the incentive to include students who miss only one day between January 18th and February 24th. That's right, you can still participate. All you need to do is come to school for the next 5 days, and we'll see you at the school days craze. Help your grade level take the OWL trophy as you participate in relay races, scavenger hunts, foul line shootouts, musical chairs, and more.
Earn money for student activities at DMS by handing in your General Mills box tops for education. For every 5 labels that you turn in, you will receive a hoot. It's simple. Cut, glue, and turn them in. What are you waiting for?
STEM Club is canceled this afternoon.
Do you ever think, what am I going to be when I grow up? We can help answer that question. Join us for an evening to learn how to get on the path to college or career readiness. This event is for parents and students on Monday, February 27th from 6 until 7 p.m. Attention all drama club. The entire cast will be needed for this rehearsal.
We are having a family engineering night with the Maryland Science Center at DMS on Wednesday, February 22nd. Dinner will be served at 6 p.m. The engineering activities will be from 6:30 until 8:30 p.m. All students must be accompanied by an adult. Please RSVP to Ms. Murphy prior to February 21st.
DMS is having a Texas Roadhouse fundraising night on February 28th from 4 until 9 p.m. Get a flyer here at school to take with you to the Texas Roadhouse on Merritt Boulevard. If you share the flyer, 10% off your order will be given to DMS for student activities. Words of wisdom. Good morning, Dundalk Middle School. This is Kara with a few words of wisdom. Remember the flock of geese we were talking about yesterday? There's more to this story. If a goose falls out of the V formation, it immediately feels how hard it is to fly alone. It quickly gets back to the formation so it can take advantage of the lifting power of the bird immediately in front. So, what's the moral here? If we human beings just had as much sense as a goose, we would stay in formation with people who are headed in uplifting directions. Isaac Wilton, 17th century English writer, once said, "Good company in a journey makes the way seem shorter." Today, remember this. We need to keep company with those who encourage us and lift us up. Geese have always known that. Did you? With something to think about, this is Kara. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Here's Mr. Barish.
Good morning, Team DMS. As I continue to review the results on our students' performance on math assessment for ELA reading and also mathematics, I've been very impressed with the hard work our students are doing. It shows how we have excellent students at Dundalk Middle School and phenomenal teachers at Dundalk Middle School. We haven't quite approached our target in math, so it's so important as we continue to move forward, the students who take part in the makeup, that you put forth your best effort. If you do, we should pretty much hit our target and definitely show improvement from last year. And same with the reading. So students, as I continue to talk with you, I'm very impressed with how you know your scores, you know your targets, and you know where you were from the fall. Keep up the great job. I'm very proud of you. Students, this is a reminder that today, at the end of the day, there will be an announcement at approximately 2:37 for students to be dismissed back to homerooms in order for students to receive their third quarter interims. It's very important that students should review those interims, and those interims need